Grand Rising, everyone, and welcome back. It's Shay Seeking or Shalonda from American Empress Unchained here on YouTube and American Aborigines Unchained on Facebook. And yeah, we're going to talk about a couple things. Okay, because whatever this is, like I said, there's this energy of being left outside the left outside the box, or being, having somebody's light dimmed or something of that nature. When it comes to something here, let me see. So again, this is two things, okay? Now the ancestors are telling me, right? You got to look at it from this perspective. Look at it from a higher angle, okay? Because we chose you for a reason, okay? And so again, I feel like things were running smoothly at some point in time, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I'm getting. All right, things were running smoothly at one point in time here, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like I didn't feel any sense of anything that has to do with nothing. I still don't. I'm going to look at this at three different levels here, okay? It's making me think about when the new Pharaoh came into town that did not know the children. You get what I'm saying? That came in and didn't know the children, right? And wanted to kill the first sons, right? Now, the son means descendant, right? But would keep the women. Now, if we talk about women as being a group of minority people throughout history, it's been used in this way, right? We found this out when it's talking about a group of people by doing etymology and studying the word, finding out that woman also meant men, women, and children of minority or other groups, right? So again, we found that out when we did the research on voting and found out that women were already voting. So what they were really talking about is women being foreign energies coming in. And the reason why the originals didn't want the women to vote, because they knew that by letting these people in, they were going to come in and swoop down on them and come up real high and bring the original Americans down low. So we're dealing with this. We're dealing with energies of the past. We're dealing with people that, we're dealing with energies of the past here. This lets me know that maybe even we're dealing with even me being a feminine, masculine, whatever, and the other person. So when things are changing out for me, things are also changing out for them. So again, even if you're dealing with your higher, lower self, your heart chakra, you know what I'm saying? Mind over heart, head over heart energy. Okay. So it started making me think about something. I woke up to this movie here. Okay. I don't know why I keep hearing, 44 and 70 keeps sticking out to me. But anyway, we're going to keep on going. All right. I woke up to this movie called The Express, right? And I guess this all America. It made me think about the missiles we talked about earlier, killing the American children, okay? It made me think about a couple things, okay? This movie had me really, I only watched like 10 minutes of it, and it just really had me go, look, died on the cross. Oh, the boy dying right there by the cross. Like on the field or whatever, there's a cross there. Wow. It's almost like between the two pillars. Oh my goodness, the Christ that was, the two pillars. Also, maybe even, oh, look how he's doing it. Okay, I'm seeing here. All right. I'm gonna have to watch this whole thing again. And how he just did a hand gesture with his hand on his neck, right? mean, this make me think about replacements as well. You see what I'm saying? Because I wish I could pause it, but it's on TV. So maybe that's the energy of the ancestors telling me they want to just get you there because they need to sacrifice you and change you to alter you, okay? Because, you know, whatever, the ancestors, God, and, you know what I'm saying, the ocean chose me for a reason, right? What do we say? We go against the grain. We came here to change this world, not to fit in it, okay? So off season just flashed here, 45, off season, okay? But I'm also hearing you're on, okay? I'm also hearing you're on. Now, I don't know if this has to do with all 4 seasons or 4 seasons or just the winter time when it comes to my energy anyway. Living here in the Midwest, something usually is off with my energy here. But I feel like maybe somebody made a small sacrifice, right? In order for something to happen. I hope this don't mean that somebody had to die, okay? And this might be, again, a society here, okay? Look, Killing Eve is on the bottom of the screen. Killing Eve is on the bottom of the screen. So again, someone in the likeness of Eve or, okay. All right. Let's get into these images here. All right. So again, y'all know that I talk about the fact that it's not really race was never about skin color, and it's true. It was about who you were, okay? But I do feel like, again, culture and things, cultural differences, right? Because I feel like once I started to come into some of my more down to earth, like, it's just not changing my personality. It just, I go with the flow. I wear the way I choose my clothes is what I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that day. The way I choose to speak it has to do with the emotions and the passion and the things, you know what I'm saying, that I'm dealing with when I'm oh, my baby sleep over here, okay. But like, I'm never changing myself to fit anything. It's like if we're in a professional setting, you know, I may speak a little bit more professional, a little bit more eloquent, right? When I'm amongst my friends, I may curse more. So again, sometimes I feel as though you guys are cool like that, my friends. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I let it fly. Sometimes I talk to you and I feel like I can just be what, you know, it's just, again, that I'm just a jack of all. I'm just somebody who is well-rounded in many things here. But I remember dealing with these energies here that have been stepping in, whether this is 5th generation energy, right? Or we're dealing with actual necromancy, okay? Or dealing with, you know, dealing with energy when it's dealing with some of us dealing with our ancestors, okay? All right? It brings me back to a time when, okay, I remember there was an argument with a boyfriend and his father, right? Didn't like how he liked me, right? He said, I just don't like the way she has you, or something like this, right? But this father, you know, I don't know. I never really thought about it, you know what I'm saying, with colorism or anything like this. Because again, if we're dealing with some ignorant situations, you know what I'm saying, then we have to call it for what it is. Because it's 2022 now. And like I said, we are our ancestors to a certain extent. So if we're dealing with energy of our ancestors, know that the people that you're around are dealing with their ancestors as well, and their ancestors might not like you because of ignorant ass shit that they knew, or they thought they knew, or they grew up on, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. Because regardless if race was meant to mean by your skin color or the race to the top, it doesn't matter. Throughout society, people have used that to discriminate, and this is what I'm saying. People got to get it right, what I'm trying to tell you. All right. So I don't know if this is somebody trying to teach me a lesson, or again, how to be more well-versed about these situations. All right. So again, if you think about that, you still dealing with some ignorant motherfuckers that thought that you was supposed to treat people away because of their skin color. Do you get what I'm saying? right? So as ancestors come in to our temples and rest, right? They choose that one spirited, the one that has been lifted by spirit, that has been given some kind of backing by spirit. They don't really know what color you are. They're just dealing with you, okay? And some of them have a mentality or a mindset, all right? So again, this makes me think about like pharaohic energy. This makes me think about ancestors crossing over and then having something against, some kind of animosity here. So it made me think about the energy of, you know, at some points in times dealing with these different energies that I've seen come into this soulmate. At one point in time, says something to the point where it was something like what was it? There was a heated argument, and I could see in this person's eyes that these was crazed eyes. He had been, maybe drinking, you know what I'm saying, back then. And he said something that I never thought I would hear come out his mouth. And it was like, yeah, something black. Was it like black women? Yeah, black. This is what I'm saying about black women. And, that sent me to the point. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing where I might have almost struck a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so, but if anything, more importantly, it changed the way I can look at this person. Right. All right. So then, it makes me think about, again, the father of this boyfriend. He obviously like women of another so-called race, right? It reminds me of my father in this same area, in this neighborhood, because we was moving on up into a nicer area, right? And it makes me think about him, and him end up not being with like this woman that he was totally in love with or whatever. Another woman, stuff started to occur. His personality changed. I started seeing things in him that I didn't. And then again, listen, this other woman came in, right? With that wicked witch man, like she didn't like me. I was wondering why my dad was letting her son get away with racial slurs and shit, playing with my name and messing around with my name or whatever, like it was ghetto or something, where his friends came over and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I had to go ahead and leave the house then, right? So I'm thinking about these occurrences every some odd years where I end up coming into this energy where I'm being tested or something, because I feel like the crown is always going to be mine. But at the end of the day, you got these ignorant motherfuckers that come in, and this ignorant energy that comes in and tries to alter or change or shift that. And again, the ancestors saying enough is enough. You worked hard. Motherfuckers is following your fucking itinerary. You know what I'm saying? To see what the fuck they gonna do next. They don't have a problem with spying on you, maybe capturing images of you in inappropriate, fashion. But, you know what I'm saying? And utilizing that and pimping or utilizing that in some kind of way behind the scenes. But when it comes to you being on top or you being the front of something, these people are going and disregarding the line of succession, right? And going down into the more lighter chill. Do you see what I'm saying? So we have to talk about the structural way that this happens, right? But it's still the core stem of it is who you are. These little stupid things like the paper bag tests and stuff like this was things to go ahead and propel, or push that new narrative or change or alter things, to fit a certain narrative of these groups of people that actually thought like this. They thought they should discriminate against somebody because of this color or because of that color. Even though we know the real deal was because these were the most powerful motherfuckers. Actually, even the situation of, again, Inanna or these other Ashtoreth, or I feel like these other women prior to colonization were stronger and they had more power than their fathers, because these was forefathers, or these were maritime fathers. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I hope y'all following me here. So killing the first sons, that would be someone like me when this awakening started. Again, what did they say? Under 2 years, 2 and under. So again, I would be the birthing of this nation or this time would be 2 years ago. You see what I'm saying? It would be almost 2 years ago. So this would be maybe one of the children again in these groups that they would want to kill off. But it's really not even about your skin color still, even though there's a certain perception people would like to keep up with, right? A certain image. You know what I'm saying? It's still about how powerful you are. It's still about the fact that most of you not going to let nobody touch you with no fucking antidote. You know what I'm saying? When you know you already been anointed by God. So this is kind of like to wash that shit away and go ahead and instill something else. Something foreign. Something new that you don't know what the fuck might happen with you. You know what I'm saying? You might just start turning a different motherfucking color. You know what I'm saying? You might just start, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So this makes me think about this sense of colorism. But it was also to usher out or cull or use genocide on the first children, which would probably happen to be darker skinned. It just happened to be that way. And usher in the new children. Same thing on the plantation. It was ushering out the dark skinned children that were already there on that land, or sharecropping, whose land it really was. And it was to usher in the new lighter skinned children that would be birthed from the master and the mammy. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, more than likely the master and the mammy. Most of these people that were the wives on those plantations, okay, they were barren. They could not have children. See? And it's why the lighter skinned women would be able to be in the house, because, you know, she would be able to produce these lighter skinned heirs that could pass as white. Have y'all ever seen, if you ain't never seen that movie, Imitation of Life? That was a good one. But I still also feel like this has something to do with energy. It still has something to do with energy, because even my darker child, like one of my twins or whatever, that's like a darker skin, or maybe my skin color, whatever. She has changed. Her energy has changed. It's like she got some kind of prejudice towards me. She's got some kind of something towards me. So I'm not even just saying this is just this is just the soulmate. I'm talking about this have to do with children too. But then my lightest skinned child, she's still down for her mom. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is a mixture of a whole bunch of different shit. And we're dealing with it because we're dealing with ancestors and energies and entities right now, again, that may be being controlled, trying to control the narrative with fifth generation energy. But we're also dealing with ancestors that, you know what I'm saying, are coming through right now that still have that old mentality, that old slave mentality, or that old racist mentality here. And they don't see nothing. They don't see color. They just hear. They're just making commotion. They rest neither day nor night. They just, you know, all up in your, sometimes they'll bring you downloads that are good for you. Some, you know, like, I feel like that's the energy that we're dealing with here. So again, if we are talking about this line of demarcation, and we're also talking about, you know, the line from Canada coming down here a little bit further, and we know that true north is where the crown is, all right? We know that true north is the crown, and maybe that's why Hampton or Brampton, or I don't know, it's something about something that they keep saying to me, okay? I don't know exactly what the hell it means, okay? Also Martha's Vineyard, like, I don't know, it's like these answers are laying claim. They're telling me laying claim to certain things here. Even those that might not be able to speak up right now, that wish that they could root on, but it's a higher power having something to do with this. And I don't know why I keep hearing the Pleiadians, and not why I associate them a lot with. And then I'm thinking Etruscans, because again, Roman, that was the ones that were underground. They show us images of really dark-skinned people, but also people that lived underground. But this also could be talking about so-called black, or the people that are Dalit, or the people that are the undesirable, untouchable ones that are in the pit, that are in the, you know what I'm saying? That meaning, if we look in the Black's Law Dictionary, black means dead in the eyes of law. Okay. All right. So again, you could take that either way. Sometimes I take it as if, you know, the law don't apply to me, motherfucker. This is mine. And then other times, you know what I'm saying, it's making me think that, well, because of your because of this issue, you're not able to participate. I don't know, it's just something along that line here. So it's forcing me to address this issue on so-called race. Okay. I hope I didn't lose y'all there. Okay. So I started looking at images of the cotton club or whatever. And most of the images that I can find, right? And I got this vase by my front door that got knocked over the other day. And it got some little pieces of cotton or whatever in it. Okay. Also, the fact of feeling like there is another feminine energy that's hovering around, that these people are trying to have the soulmate or the masculine or whatever masculine is supposed to walk into this new lifestyle with me. It's like they almost went even down to as far as to choose, again, incestual ties. Now, this could be physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever, but incestual ties, okay, rather than, you know what I'm saying, allow the Empress to do her job, you know what I'm saying, as who she already was and who she is. And that's the energy of that person saying, there ain't no other God besides me or beside me. I know what these people are trying to do. They may not even know what they're trying to do as much as I know what they're trying to do. That's why the ocean chose me. Okay. All right. So these are just a couple images that I put up. Okay. So we want more. This makes me think about the people's champ. I don't know. Some energy about Brandon. Maybe when they used to be cheering on Brandon or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know everything why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm just, this is just what I'm channeling. This is what I'm getting here. Okay. So again, this would be, you don't even know that you needing to fight. You don't even know that these people is coming at you sideways. You don't even really know. You don't even know why that auntie never really did like you. You don't even really know. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So again, this would be that energy to cut off the head of or cut off that cornerstone and replace it with something in its likeness. See? But I feel like it's almost like the people's champ. Really, the real thing is because this person won't stop fighting for theyself and the people. You see what I'm saying? But it's whatever benefits these people in order to control the narrative at the moment. The people were still selecting these individuals because of who they were, what they brought to the table. But society and the construct, you know what I'm saying? Once it gets to that level, maybe your hair texture, stuff like that. But society and shit, when it gets to that level, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what was I going to say? Yeah, shit can change, right? And if they got the money, they got the power, they have the platforms, and they have the positions, then they're able to move shit around accordingly, okay? So again, we see that the Redskins wanted to change, this energy here, but this is an American autochthonous Indian here that you see on this thing. This is the original. These are the original gods that you see on this here image here, okay? And it says it's a slang term for Native Americans, okay? And that's the reason why Native Americans don't like that term, Redskins, because it wasn't pertaining to them. That's to erase the story or history of these darker skinned people that were already here in the Americas prior to colonization, that were lied to and said that they all came from Africa. So when they said they killed 80 million or 80,000, you know what I'm saying? There was like 500 something tribes here or more. When they said they killed those 80,000 people or however many it was a ridiculous amount. They just killed them with paper genocide. Now, if we want to go to paper genocide, then we're going to have to talk about the paper bag test. Because as humanity, we was ignorant enough. We was too ignorant to realize what these terms was meaning and what we really was talking about. And we did go with them, and a lot of people did go with the narrative. This is the outcome. We're forced to talk about things that people don't want to talk about. Right? But we're also at a time in a place where we can change things in the same manner. Where what that 1% thinks is not the go. Okay? Where the majority knows now that they are not the minority. Because most people are in one like mind today, and they not thinking about what color your fucking skin is. We're dealing with these old oligarchy or whatever energies here, all right, that don't matter no more. They don't matter no more. The term redskin underwent pejoration through the 19th to the early 20th century. Okay. Is labeled offensive, despairing, and insulting. And I wonder why. It's because it's going to start making people, it wasn't until, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't until like in these century or 20th century, 21st century, or whatever we want to talk about, okay, until people started to really want to change this, because again, we came into knowing who we was. All right. So don't you find that kind of funny? All right. So the ocean chose me for a reason, because that also shows to balance it out, that everybody don't think the same, but there's higher powers and groups that still think that they can control the fucking narrative. You know what I'm saying? But I think that there's certain people that should be able to choose, that chose me to show. Look what I got. This is God showing off, saying, look what I got. This person ain't got no education in none of your colleges. This person ain't got this. Look at what they've done. Look at what they've done. They earned their own fucking college education that actually really means something, is actually going to come and manifest and change something in this so-called new world order. Going to change the order of things, bringing order to the court. So it made me also think about that 10 of Pentacles last night when we were talking about that energy of China. Okay. And the fact that, they're dealing with a big colorism thing there. In the islands, they're dealing with bleaching of skin and lightening of skin and shit like that there. And the shit is going to stop today. In this time that we're in right now. Because like I told you, you ain't never gonna find another person on this planet that I want to be but my damn self. So as them speaking to Diana, telling her she's gonna have to change for them, they're not gonna change for her, I disagree. They done found the right motherfucker today. Just in case. Because again, just because I say it wasn't about your race, that's the truth. It's about who you were, right? But some people made it about race. That doesn't defeat the fact that they made it about race, and that people had to deal with racial issues and discrimination, and that we could be dealing with them things today when it comes to certain things, when it comes to things that are going to be, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the subconscious or the minds of individuals, especially when I say when it goes to the hierarchy or the higher ups. All right? When it comes to certain positions of power, let's go there. When it comes to fucking positions of power, let's not act like they're probably not using some of these ways, we'll say, allegedly. Okay? So again, this shows you that, again, we can't just go ahead and write everybody off for what one or two or a few or something are thinking. They got that old stankin' thanking. All right. So again, the purple crown, or the, purple rain. Okay. Purple rain. Let's see. And the fact that they're trying to cut off the head of the bird, or that layman energy. So again, now we're dealing with, now we are dealing with possibly, maybe that part of this masculine has died that had love, but I feel like it's sneaking back in. I think the person is waking up. I think that this individual may have to deal with more mind control than I do. They have to try to get to me at a distance. They have to use those close to me to try to break me down and get me into a low vibing energy first. But I'm just looking like, nah, baby, we gonna have to go ahead and fix this, honey. We're gonna have to fix this. You know me. You know me, and eyes know you. Okay? Come on, baby. Come back to me. This is the energy that I'm saying. Yeah. This is the energy. You ain't never had no problem with it. Matter of fact, you know what it is. You know what it is, okay? So again, this is that energy of those women too that will be in these positions over you, okay? Now, and they may have a mindset, and they may had to go through some things with colorism, and so they're sending you. They're okay with sending you, but again, they have a chance to change that, but they're okay with sending you through that same thing. All right, they're okay with putting the greats, you know what I'm saying, in a form of Chitlin circuit in 2022. The heavyweight champion, because again, it's gonna make them look bad. It's going to make these people that we may have been, exalting because of their looks or their skin color or their complexion or their something, is going to make them feel some kind of way. All right? And it's like, how dare you? How dare you be fucking you? You know what I'm saying? And try to do what the fuck you do. And be upset that we don't want you to do what you do. We'd rather get another bitch to do what you do and replace you. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. So we have how to become the first millionaire in your family. Well, I'll tell you. When the game changed. When game recognized game. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see. So it says the paper bag test was used to determine if a slave was good enough to work inside the master's house. If you are the same color of the light or lighter than a paper bag, which I am. So they even, it's silly enough to even, which I am. Motherfucker, I got freckles on my hands and freckles on my face. You know what I'm saying? Which I am. Right? And even if I wasn't, we not sticking with that stupid shit no more. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be, and again, I think some of these people might be looking at my speech, right? And how I speak sometimes, right? And so again, you know what I'm saying? All right? Even my daughter said the other day, Mom, you just were on the phone and you put on your white woman voice. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, do you get what I'm saying? All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, so if you're the same color or lighter than a paper bag, you are deemed good enough to be inside the White House, right? But the motherfucker man, and before any white man stepped up in that bitch, it was motherfuckers in there that looked like moi. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So let's go ahead. All right. Rebuilt, whatever you want to say, whatever it is, it was people that looked like that, look more probably like this in these situations or these positions of power before. Even if we think about those first 5 so-called black presidents, I think one was Hanson or Henson. All right. It says, if not, you worked outside. All right. So that's like in the field. All right. So again, this is why, this energy has gone around and, picked lighter versions of. Now, this is not really, let me tell you one thing. When it comes to Sheba and Solomon, I feel like this is why they always show them light and dark skin. I do feel like this is the case. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it. I don't necessarily feel like it's the masculine, because the masculine low key love it. The masculine low key love it. Right? And this could be even the energy why you see people that hang around with people that look some certain way. But when it comes to who they're going to claim as their wife, who they're going to be with, and they're going to be looked at, looked at by society with. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather take someone that don't even have the brains to do the job. You know what I'm saying? Than the motherfucker that was chose to do the job that got all the necessities. Even the ones that they really not even gonna have to use when they get in certain positions because they'll be too busy working. Do you see what I'm saying? And other people will be doing those things. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. That's why a lot of, that's what I'm saying. When if you know how, one thing I could tell you, this is just a little kind of joke that might not be funny. I feel like, and I'm going to make this up and hopefully my kids will say it in the future. There's always been something. Like, these are cute. These are clues that let me know that I had royal blood or I had some kind of different type of DNA in me. Not wanting to work for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to work for nobody else, right? And also being to be more of an entrepreneur, okay? And then also, what's the next one? Okay, now we're working for nobody else. And what was it? Oh, see, I didn't spend so much time trying to explain it. And oh yeah, and that was the last one. And not wanting to wash no damn dishes is a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? Or just even just, with cleanliness, you feel like there's more other stuff. Even if it's not much, there's something else that you can be doing other than this shit. Okay? And let's just keep it real. Because we know that, again, if you go back to the test of time, royals were not doing those things. They just wasn't. And it's not because they just thought it was beneath them. It's because your mind is not even set up. Your mind is set up to be like this machine. You see what I'm saying? Your mind is focused on goals, tasks, nation build, architect. I mean, it's design. It's chief shit. You know what I'm saying? Queen stuff. You're not really. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So that's what I'm saying. So because they do have someone that may be of a certain pigment or something that has the jewels, that has the one that's bringing all of the information or whatever to the table. Instead of using you, they'll tell bitches to study you. You know what I'm saying? Have these hoes hating on you and sending black magic and everything your way while abusing you, while using and abusing you, right? And then keeping you in a shallow grave so they can come back and keep on ciphering and taking from you. You see what I'm saying? So that's almost like the head of Medusa, cutting off the head of Medusa so they could keep it. The bird's lament, cutting off the head of the bird. It's making me think about that chicken head, that song. Just the second time in a week that I heard about, I was thinking about that. How they used to call women pigeons and then chicken heads. Okay. And I told y'all, why do it seem like we're going back into the 80s and the 90s? Mainly the 90s. Something is getting with a time shift, with Father Time. Something else is going on here, y'all. Okay? We're just taking a generalized look at this, right? And no matter how much they keep on knocking somebody down, what happened? We get back up. I get back up. And I face another day. Even to the point where today there was an energy within this person. This is why I'm not at home right now. Okay? First Blood. See, I'm going to have to watch these movies real quick. I don't know. I'm going to have to go ahead and get AMC. But anyways, today, I was just reminiscing. Well, again, that's just what I'm just hearing you and me go a long way back, okay? Because like I said, most of the time the relationship between these individuals, when it came to Solomon and Sheba or whoever and whoever, 9 times out of 10, the masculine energy would have loved to, Sally Hemings, you know what I'm saying, would have loved to be with just that person. But because of this construct or this infrastructure, you know what I'm saying, in their bills and their mandates and their laws or their lies, they've been able to get away with this for a very long time. Keeping, again, those who they deem the darker ones working on the plantation with no pay, while, again, they bring the ones that are exalted, but it's really they're exalted because of their maritime energy, or we won't say that, because they're foreign energy. America has always been pretty much run by foreign energies. It's always been hijacked. So again, something has happened here. There's a shift in energy here. Somebody doesn't regard the old or the new. Okay? This is somebody that just want anybody out of the way that is going to be challenging them in any kind of way. So that's what made me think about Moses talking about bring me those tablets or whatever. It made me think about me. It made me think about me and, like I said, my broken phones and stuff like that. And then how one of those phones jumped out at me the other day when I hadn't seen it in so long. And it's almost like this masculine took, or somebody had gotten in and took these old phones of mine to try to dig up old information on the phones. You get what I'm saying? To use as blackmail because they can't find nothing. We calling the fact out that they're making shit up, right? And so now I feel like what they're doing is trying to, dig up old information, go to friends and family, but you're never going to get, come ask me, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these people and who they're dealing with are too cowardly, okay? Are too cowardly to come direct with a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And again, these are people that think that they're over me, and you can't even stand before me. You can't even stand before me. You afraid of me. They sending motherfuckers in to scout out the land to see if they're going to get sick or die or some shit like that. You scared, motherfucker? So you want to throw shots at a woman from behind the sidelines? You know what I'm saying? Because you afraid of a motherfucker? Because you think you thought I was one that you can break down, motherfucker. Oh no, I've been built different. And the fact that I know that the masculine, whatever, all right, motherfucker could try to, and most of the time it take that woman. It take that American Indian, so-called black woman to go ahead and say, hold on. It's almost like shut up and motherfucking drive. It's like, hold on. Because I feel like they've been trying to take this bull by the horn for a long time. Again, I do pass the fucking test. First of all, I ain't tried it, but I just know because I can look at a paper bag and look at my motherfucking self and know. Now I see why some of these women was lightening their skin or whatever. But the whole point of it all is there's a dark-skinned woman. When I look at Atlanta and I look at her lightening her skin, but I'm still lighter than her. But again, she's been exalted some kind of way. You see what I'm saying? So this must mean that one of these masculines have passed over or something like this. And these people are trying to hide it because they also don't want me to get what's due to me, because that will propel me, or that will, again, allow me to be able to move forward with suing all these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And doing other things that I need to do to go ahead and climb back to the top of this valley of fucking bones. This valley of death that they tried to put me in. But see, I feel like spirit is taking hold. Spirit is taking hold. And it's going to happen. Any stone that's been placed is going to be, that means all these other motherfuckers that they getting dressed up and dolled up, you know what I'm saying? They want to act like it's a, this kind of thing. They taking other bitches out, rags to riches, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come right on down to what it is. All this other stuff is going to fade away. All these other old crinkly people that might be thinking that that's the way it's going to go, they're going to fade away. As a matter of fact, Source is going to be here real soon to make sure they start ushering this shit out in the tens of thousands and thousands and thousands. Do you dig what I'm saying? Since we got some silly motherfuckers still on the planet like this, possibly, allegedly, they got to go. So that the rainbow, star seed, whatever children can take hold. And I don't even feel like we got to do nothing. I feel like the same way they try to run somebody out, same way they're going to be ran out. And those who try to put somebody in slavery are going to go in slavery. Those who call good evil and evil good, those. But I'm telling you, I even seen this has something to do with, it's personal with this person. This person don't want to be next to me because they know the potential. So even if we got rid of that energy, or we get rid of that energy, it seems like this person is still going to choose that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they didn't came to their right mind, okay? And notice that all of it had them under witchcraft. And it was only to keep me and this person away from each other, because it's only me and him that matters at the end of the day when it comes to this new thing that's being done by God. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. And the reason why we were chosen is because it is going to be, yes, to source, it matters to have these two, but these two know that it matters to also cater to those who don't have a voice, to cater to and to help the underdog. That is why. That's why we went through some of these trials and tribulations here. Some of these acts. These are things that have been put together for us to be tested, in a sense. To see if you'll falter or give up. But this is God saying, I'm taking somebody out the ghetto, out of the somebody that might be even illiterate, somebody might have said might have been dyslexic. We're gonna take, this is the energy that we're gonna do. And give them all the tools they need to be able to stand in the room with the greats, with some type of training or mentorship. They could stand and actually trample anybody that you put through a fucking university when it comes to this truth. And what Source said, Source won't. See, and that's the thing. It always take who? That sweet potato pie. I'm telling you. Because these are people that don't mind laying you down, but they got a problem when it's time for you to put on that crown. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm talking about in the spiritual realm or physical, whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what I was doing, but I'm just saying. All right? So this is just an intro to what we may be talking about the next couple of days, because I feel like, oh my goodness, do we have to make accusations of being discriminated against? Is that what the fuck this is in 2022? Is that what people think they're going to use to steal my show? Well, y'all know when the bulls see red, it's a go. It's a go. So this is why they even try to deplete the masculine that's sitting next to me, because, you know what I'm saying, maybe he was standing the ground against this or taking this brutality and didn't even say nothing here. Maybe that's why they lost their job. Maybe that's why they, all this stuff. Maybe this is all spirit here dealing with me. And I'm waiting for one of the twin flames to walk through the door, but they're already within the soulmate that's here, that we're abusing each other because of whatever stuff is going on, in the background, causing this array here, where they want to take this masculine away from me again and place him with somebody else again, so that, and the whole thing is, it could be because of that, but it's also because it's not, they want the person to go with somebody because it's not me. They know that I is God on this motherfucking earth. That's why. Or a portion of it. They would rather keep it at bay and study and research, right? And have another bitch replace May. When it comes to who is in people's faces in society. And I feel like the people are saying enough is enough. And I'm one of them. Take care.